Welcome to the official Guns Up Nation podcast, the premier voice for the fearless fans of Raiderland. Let's meet today's hosts.
Hey, Red Raider Nation, you're listening to the official Guns Up Nation podcast. I'm your host, John Darden, alongside the mastermind and guru behind Guns Up Nation, our co-host, Michael Cole. Today's guest has, in my opinion, one of the coolest journeys, biggest smile from this year's men's basketball team, from hyping up the student section to the iconic scream before the UT game at home. This guy drew every Red Raider in. He averaged 9 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game this year to go along with a 44.8% field goal percentage. And literally, that smile, and we're going to zoom in on it on the camera here, that smile stole Texas Tech fans' hearts. Guns Up Nation, welcome Adonis Arms.
Hello. How we doing?
How are you doing?
Hey, man, I feel great. Appreciate you letting me be on here.
Man, welcome to the show, dude.
Yeah, I love being here, man.
So, what are you up to right now?
Hey, man, I'm just chilling, training, ready for the NBA draft and stuff like that. I'm actually leaving May 5th to go to Arizona to continue my training and stuff. So
Okay.
That's what I'm doing right now.
We'll jump into what that looks like for you here in just a minute, but we're starting off first question with all of your former teammates by just asking you to reflect on this past year.
Crazy. Reflect. Do I just pick a word or like a sentence?
Dude, you take this however you want to, man.
This team is probably one of my favorite teams I've ever been on, because we're all so annoying to each other. Like, we're just annoying. I know Marcus was talking about KO being annoying, but he is. Like, KO is like, if he's not one of my better friends on the team, he's like probably one of my best friends on the team. He's just always annoying me. just touching me, looking at me. It's Kevin O'Banner. What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy. Davion Warren. What a guy. I mean, I can go down the line with every single person. I mean, I love this team. It's super cool. None of us knew each other before we got here, and then when we all got here, it was like we knew each other for years. So,
Have you had a chance ever to vocalize what this past year has meant to you, or is this the first time?
No, I did it after the loss to Duke, when it was me, Bryson, and Coach Adams at the little table talking about the season and stuff. And I mean, this team, like I said, is probably the best team I've ever been on. Like, successful with basketball-wise and off the court. We're just hanging out with each other after games, before games, watching film with each other with no coaches around. I've never really been on a team where guys are like, let's watch our last game. Like, what? That's crazy. But just us being together, connected, the best team I can ever really play for. And then Coach Adams, the best coach in the Big 12. So,
Boom.
This
is a side note, and we'll see if this remains in the podcast or not. This is purely organic.
This is absolutely organic.
Not on the script.
Capital O.
Capital O organic. Did you see that Michigan player about an hour ago tweet that Coach Adams is a coward?
I did see that.
What's your response to that?
That's tough. I mean, I understand both I don't know, man, both perspectives of the situation. I really do. So I can't really talk bad on Coach Adams because, I mean, we know who's leaving. TJ is one of the best players on this team, and he was a draft pick before, he got hurt and all that. He was a lottery pick. So, I mean, for him wanting to go somewhere that he thinks is better for him, and then a coach that really loves him wants him to stay and show him, like, this is really good for you too, I see both sides. Yeah. So I can't really agree with either one, but, I mean, I'm cool with both of them. So,
have you considered a career in politics?
I'm gonna stay away from the politics. That's not for me.
That was a very, very wise response to that. So Mike and I, after you reflect on that question and see if you want to let us keep that in there, we'll see. So hey, Red Raider Nation, that was a capital O organic thing.
Organic.
Oh, what stands out for you this past year?
Other than winning, and the bond that we have with each other, with the brotherhood. I would just say everybody willingness to want to win, not just to win games, but want to. In practice, you got guys yelling at each other, really it gets crazy in there, but it's all out of love, though. It's not out of selfishness. There's no cliques. No one's really teaming up with each other to get ahead of somebody else. It was just like a perfect team, really, I would say.
Do you feel like, I'm jumping ahead here, do you feel like y'all underachieved?
No. I feel like we overachieved, if anything. Before we got here, I don't think we were ranked at all. Nobody really respected us because, Coach Beard left to go to Texas, and then there were some transfers out of there. So it was really, 5 guys on the team, and then you had to fill that void, and then we come out and win how many games?
27?
27, 28?
Yeah, 27-10.
You can't tell me we overachieved.
So I asked the question because Marcus's response to that was that he felt like y'all did underachieve, that you could have made it to New Orleans, and that you should have made it to New Orleans.
That's true.
So just interesting perspectives here. We're just trying to continue to create this Twitter beef here.
I mean, Marcus has been here for 3 years, right? 2 years? 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
So for him to see the constant growing of Texas Tech and the program, what it can do, I can see why he would say that.
That's his perspective is a little different.
Right. Yeah. I think we underachieved because of all the hate and all the negative things that were said, and then we come out and actually are great. I mean, we had times where we could have won the Big 12 championship. But
absolutely.
We let games slip away. And, I mean, playing in the Big 12 is hard, man. There's really good teams in this conference, and they're really good. But I think we underachieved for that point. Final Four, we definitely could have. I thought the whole season we could have won the national championship, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I think everybody in Red Raider Nation believed that, especially halfway through the season. It's like, okay, this is legit here.
Yeah, it's looking real life.
This is something special and unique, and we'll get into that here
100%.
in just a little bit. Why did you choose Texas Tech?
I mean, I chose Tech because, the way that Coach Adams and Coach Sutton, Coach Perry, me and him had a relationship before he came here, but, just the family feeling, like I wasn't going anywhere else but home type. And I'm not even from here, which was crazy. Also, Coach Adams making my mom and sister laugh on Zoom. I couldn't come to actually be here at Texas Tech because of COVID. I couldn't come. So for him to have that type of relationship over the phone and see his body language interact with my mom and sister, it's crazy to see them laugh. They're my superheroes, so they feel good, I feel good.
So your family had a lot to do with your decision.
100%.
Where else were you considering, if you can share?
I had Iowa State. I had Butler. I had Marquette, Xavier, Texas. That was pretty much it for the Power 5 schools.
Pretty much it. That's a list.
Yeah, I had a lot of schools, man. I was very grateful and appreciative of all the schools that reached out and wanted me to play for them. But with me, it takes a long time to make a decision because I think about it thoroughly and all the pieces and stuff like that. But Texas Tech just seemed right. I don't know.
Yeah, it just clicked for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go back in time with us, like back to junior high school. Your story's been told many times by commentators. Let's hear your version of that.
My version of the Adonis Arms story is straight organic.
That's the theme here today.
The theme of, but for me, I think the story starts with. I think I said it on my draft picture. It starts with the 4-year-old Adonis Arms that had the belief and courage to go after what he wanted. For me, it's never about no or like someone saying I'm not good enough or whatever the case may be. I just know what I want to do, and I'm going to go do it. If it's going to take me 5 or 6 steps to do it and it takes you 2 or 3, I'm willing to take that to get where I want to go. So from Mesa Community College to Nampa, Idaho, in my Division II school, shout out Coach Rush, Nighthawks. I forever love that school. Winthrop University, it was great. Won 2 championships back-to-back, the Big South Conference championships. Went to the NCAA tournament, played Villanova in the first round. I couldn't ask for anything better. And then coming here to Texas Tech, being a point guard really for the majority of the season, helping this team get to the Sweet 16, had a great game against Duke, just falls short to Coach K and those guys. which is a very good team. I think they shot 71%.
71%. Yeah.
And Coach K's final season.
Right.
So.
Like you can't. That's a great team. Yeah. So I wouldn't script it any better than that.
So can we dive deeper into that?
Mm-hmm.
And I want clarification on some of these things because everybody else is telling your story all year long, but we want to hear it from the source.
Mm-hmm.
Is it accurate that your senior year to freshman year in college, senior year of high school to freshman year of college, you're under 6 foot?
100%.
How tall were you?
I was like 5'10".
What did you weigh?
Wet, like 130, 140, maybe.
130, 140.
Maybe, if that.
Okay, so 18-year-old Adonis Arms.
18.
5'10", 130 pounds.
Something like that.
So you walk on to Mesa Community College.
It was actually an open gym run. It wasn't even like it was basically I was a walk-on, but I didn't get that walk-on opportunity if I didn't play in an open gym with the head coach's son who was friends with my brother's dad, basically.
Okay. Isn't that funny how life works?
Isn't it?
Like you're
I have no
playing in an
idea.
open gym.
I'm just hanging out with my brother, Antoine Baker. I'm hanging out with him, and I mean, we always go to the gym when we're hanging out with his dad. So it was an open run. Was not expecting any of that to happen. All God work, really, but
Yeah. So let's keep going then. Open run. What coach sees you? What kind of skills did you have back then?
Oh, I was always good.
Okay.
Yeah, I was always good. I was just undersized or too small or whatever title you want to put on that they didn't want to give me the opportunity to do what I always planned to do, which is play basketball and have fun doing it. So that was me.
So you were primarily what? A point guard, a two, running both. So you could dribble. You had moves, but in the paint, are you dunking at this point?
I mean, from my freshman year of college, I think I got my first dunk. My first dunk actually was a windmill my junior year of high school.
What height were you at that time?
I think I was like 6 foot. I was like still in the same little range. My first dunk was a windmill. I tried it, didn't know I could do it, did it. Everybody in the gym went crazy. If I have that video, I will show you.
So send it to us, and we'll throw it on the video
for sure
if you're willing to.
Yeah.
So you had some ups then. What was your vertical?
Back in high school, it wasn't close to what it is now. Maybe 35, 36, if that.
35, 36, no big deal.
Something like that. I don't know.
I mean, that's about how high Mike jumps.
Oh, yeah.
So, not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Still had a little length, so yeah.
Okay, so let's keep going then. You walk on to Mesa Community College because of an open gym run. The coach saw you, saw that you had some moves. Let's keep going. What was that year like?
I mean, that year was pretty terrible. The head coach really didn't think I had the skill set to play at his junior college. So, I mean, all credit goes to Mike Contreras, who I talk to every single day. Like, every single day. He's, like, basically, like, my big brother, really. And Brad, Coach Brad, shout out. Without those two being in the mix, I don't even think I would be at this table right now. I mean, they fought for me every single day, give them a shot, give them a chance. And then, I mean, I just ran with it. With the opportunity, you have to seize that. Like, you only get one. Like Eminem, his song. That always plays in my head, like, one shot, one opportunity. So, for me, it was just always just give the glory to God, do the best you can, work hard, smile, and have fun with it.
We're going to have to get a copyright license to be able to quote Eminem on that one. We'll play it in the background, but I don't think we can pay Eminem enough to we'll see. I don't know. Maybe you can tweet at Eminem.
he ain't gonna respond to me.
I mean, he'll see a blue check.
Yeah, he might see one.
I don't know. Hey. Okay, so let's keep going. So the next evolution then of your organic journey is what?
Keep grinding. I played another year at Mesa Community College, so I went 2 years. My sophomore year, it went better. It was still a lot of adversity going on, obviously, but the head coach thought me and him had a better relationship, I would say. It wasn't perfect by any means, but it was better. He let me play more. He let me be more free and control the offense more. But, I mean, it was still a junior college. It was still tough. Anybody that goes JUCO and comes out you have my respect immediately because playing junior college is one of the hardest things you can do in college. I mean,
Why?
it's just a dog-eat-dog world. You don't really have a team. You have people.
They're all trying to make it to the next level.
All trying to go D1.
Yeah.
Everybody. So, I mean, it's not like a team like Texas Tech where people on your team are actually helping you get better and want you to be better. Because if you eat, we all eat.
Right.
But
So is it just a stat grab?
basically
Okay.
a stat grab.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone sees you hurt in JUCO, they're probably gonna be like, okay, good, thank you. Let me get his minutes and play well. If someone sees you playing well, they're not all guys though. Not all guys. Some will probably be like, he's doing really well. Like, let's help him get even better. Some guys would be like, dang, why is he playing so good? So I mean, it really depends on the people that's on your team, who cares for you, and I think I just got lucky.
So 2 years at Mesa Community College.
Mm-hmm.
At what point are you starting to hit your growth spurt?
I think my sophomore year, end of my sophomore year, I get like 6'3", maybe 6'2", 6'3". So I got a little more height to me.
Are you filling out?
No.
Are you okay?
No, I'm still small. I didn't really fill out till I got to Winthrop. I think my redshirt season at Winthrop. But before I went there, I went D2 at Northwest Nazarene in Nampa, Idaho, with Coach Rush, Coach Roderick Rhodes, and those guys. And that team was amazing. Like I tell everybody all the time, if my D2 school was a really good Division I team, like really good Mountain West or something, really, really good, I would have stayed at Northwest Nazarene. I would not be at Texas Tech because of the people that was on the team. One of my favorite all-time people and one of my best friends, Obi Megwa, was on the team, Jaden Bazant. I mean, just being there with those guys, and it was like a family again. And then a head coach that believed in me and trusted in my abilities to go play basketball at the best ability that I could do. I mean, you don't ask for anything better than that. All you want, any player could tell you, if you have a head coach that believes in you 100% and pushes you to be the best you can be, that's all you ask for.
What if you had a head coach that didn't believe in you 100%? Like you sounded like maybe you experienced that in your community college.
Oh, I definitely. It didn't happen in my community college too. It happened when I went D1, when I went to Winthrop. So
okay, so let's keep going then.
Right. So from a down to a up, back to a down, which is kind of up because you won the Big South Championship 2 years in a row. I have no disrespect, nothing bad about Pat Kelsey, the head coach that went to the College of Charleston. I don't have anything bad to say against Coach Kelsey. I mean, he's a great coach. He does what he does. I just don't think his system and the way I played was a perfect match. I just think it was different. So from my perspective, I don't think he truly believed that I could help his system in the way that I know I could. So that was a letdown, being there for a year. Well, 2 years really, because I had the red shirt, transfer from D2 to D1. You got to sit out a year. So being there for another 2 years, not playing one, it kind of hurt my confidence a little bit. But yeah.
So let me back up. How did you wind up at Winthrop? What was the process to get there?
So the process to get there was, well, first I knew when you play D2, you have to have your stats. You have to have like awards and stuff to even get your name on the notable list of transfers when you go to the transfer portal. Like to go to a good school, you have to have these things behind your name to back it up, like a resume. Like you have to. So for me, I thought organically, I thought if I win the Player of the Year, I get first team, and I get I think it was like CBA All West Coast or whatever. If I'm on the list for those three, automatically, like I'm automatically qualified to go D1, because you're not going to turn down a guy that's a D2 Player of the Year off rip. You're not going to do that. So I mean, that's like the dude that's coming here, Amik or something. What's his name?
Fardaz.
Yeah. He was like one of the best players.
Averaged 19 a game, solid.
Right. So for me, I thought if I win those three or even get close to those three, I will have an opportunity to live my dream out, one of my goals in my life, and go D1, which is what I did. I was the Player of the Year, first time ever in Northwest Nazarene history for men or women. I was like a All-American, honorable mention, and then I got a whole bunch of awards after that. So I felt like, and had the confidence to say, Mom, I'm hitting in the transfer portal. I
want to back up again though.
Mm-hmm.
So how Did you engage Winthrop in conversation? Did they see you at your community college and say, we're going to offer you a scholarship? How did that happen?
Through the transfer portal, you have your name and email. So any school that has interest in you can contact you directly and, listen to what they got to say.
Okay.
Now, I don't talk to any coach, any agent, nobody without them going through Mike Contreras.
Okay.
The coach I talked about earlier.
Yeah.
If they don't go through him, they don't get to me. So, that might sound weird or I don't know. But it's a lot of weird stuff out there, and I just want to be safe and careful.
Well, that's the process, right? And you've got to protect yourself, so you got to put some boundaries up, and it can't be easy to get to at this point, which I think makes total sense. Okay, so you redshirt Winthrop, and then you have a good season at Winthrop. You decide to put your name in the transfer portal because you believe D1's where I'm headed.
100%.
Then what? And how tall are you at this point?
I'm like 6'4", 6'5".
Okay.
Around that time.
And are you filling out yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Eli. That's at College of Charleston. He is incredible with the weightlifting and stuff like that. He changed DeAndre Ayton's body when he was at University of Arizona.
Okay.
That's the coach that changed mine.
So here's why I'm asking this question, because this year's team, I think you all were the poster child of what NCAA is going to look like moving forward. And we're seeing it with with Texas team for 22-23. It's going to be a totally brand new team again.
100%.
Just like it was with you all. So I think it's interesting. Like Guns Up Nation has a huge reach. But I think that also players like my nephew sitting here, Vyson, and other players thinking about entering the portal are going to listen to this and be like, okay, maybe I can glean some wisdom from the guys that have done it before. So 100%. I think you're helping out people who tech's not even on their radar,
100%.
But your advice can help them.
Yeah.
So you grow, you get bigger. Do you attribute that to the weightlifting and calorie protein intake? Like what all is involved in that?
All that goes to Eli. Everything. It wasn't Adonis is going to work out today. It was like Adonis is working out today. Like there was no question. I had nothing. I couldn't do anything about it. Like Eli would be like, Adonis, when you get to Winthrop, you are working every single day. There are no days off. Like absolutely none. I was kind of scared, not gonna lie, because I was just like, this is kind of a lot. You change DeAndre Ayton's body. I see them lifting weights in here. The weight is really heavy. Like I was kind of scared, but at that point, I just knew and like I wanted to go high major. Like when I set my mind to something, it's gonna happen. Like nobody can change that. So,
pure commitment,
pure 100%. With the glory of God and giving Him all the faith and blessings, I'm gonna do whatever my mind is set to. So for any guy out here that's entering the transfer portal, I think they should really think about their decision. Like think about it like thoroughly. Talk to your mom, sister, dad, whoever it is that you trust, and really get their like backdrop story about what you think they should do about it.
This is so good. The transfer portal, and I want to dive into this some more towards the end, is just completely changed college athletics. Okay, so your second season at Winthrop, which was your only year playing, have a good year, transfer portal. Pick up the story.
So after I decided to transfer from Winthrop, I just had a burning belief that I was going to play high major Division I. For what school, I had no idea. But I knew that was going to happen. I thought I showed a lot of stuff when we were in the NCAA tournament and against teams that we played in the Big South. So I just had that belief. My mom didn't want me to transfer, though. My mom was just like, I don't think you should hit your transfer portal again. Like, you're fine where you are. And no disrespect to my mom, but like I said before, when I have something I want to do, I'm going to do it. And I listen to my mom about everything. So for me to go against what she thought was best for me actually was the best thing for me at this point, coming to Texas Tech. But yeah, that was pretty much it.
So talk to me about the process of being re-recruited by these D1 schools. And you named a list of some heavy-hitting programs.
100%.
What was that process like? What all did you do? And you talked about your decision to come to Tech, but tell us more about the inner workings of being recruited by these teams again.
I think this time was harder because I couldn't actually go to the schools that I wanted to go look at and see for myself and like get a body-to-body, feel for the head coach and the assistants and all the players. So I think this year was way harder. I had more voices in my head, like my mom, my sister, friends, when they saw the list that I showed them and the couple schools that I told you, the first couple of schools, they'll be like, whoa, go there. Like, you know, I'm like, nah, that's not a good fit. They have 3 point guards and 2 shooting guards. Why would I do that? You don't go off of the name of the school. You go off of the comfort that you have within the school. Like, how will you benefit? It's a two-way street.
Sure.
Don't let anybody fool you. Nobody. I mean, they got to get something from you, and you got to get something from them. So
yeah. Well, that's life, right?
That's life, exactly.
So, you who all did you have your Zoom meetings with?
For Tech, it was mainly Sutton, Peary, Coach Adams. It was mainly those 3, really. For that.
Side note, you surprised Coach Peary's moving on?
I am, actually. It kind of shocked me. I didn't even know about it. I walked into his office, and, I mean, his pictures and all that was there, but I saw, like, a little, like, I don't know, pile of stuff folded. And I was confused because he never has anything folded unless his wife is there. But I found that kind of weird. Yeah.
Well, we won't dive any deeper into that then. We'll have that conversation whenever we turn the mic off.
All right, cool.
Okay, so what about other schools that you Zoomed with? What anything you want to dive into that?
I'll talk about the BYU one. I mean, I think that Zoom call was more statistical than basketball talk, in my opinion. And I have nothing wrong with stats. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not really on a call to talk about stats. I'm on a call to talk about how you think I will help your team be better.
They were focused on your stats, or?
It wasn't my stats per se. Like, the whole thing wasn't it was like a team stats or another individual on their team to show how their system helped him out and stuff like that. But I just don't think that would have helped me. And I don't know. Yeah.
So you were, is it accurate to say that you were going for a vibe and a feel, and literally you were looking for where you felt like God was leading you to?
100%.
So what do you think it was about Tech that led you here?
I just think it was the connection that I saw with Coach Adams and my mom and my sister. Like, I was on a Zoom call not saying a word, and they were having a clean, smooth conversation, laughing at each other, and I'm just standing there watching. Like, they forgot that I was on the call or something. So for that to happen, and I'm just sitting there witnessing it, watching it, proved that there's no other school that was recruiting me at that time other than, there was some mid-major schools, like Division I schools that were doing that, but where I wanted to go, high major school, wasn't a lot doing that. It was a couple, but it wasn't a lot. So that was the difference maker right there.
So the connection.
100%.
And that happens organically.
You
can't force that.
No.
Okay, let's switch gears here. I don't know if this story is accurate or not. I remember reading this somewhere, so you can verify if the story is accurate, and if it is, tell us more about it, or you can shut this rumor down.
I will shut it down.
Teammates, I would assume at your community college, you tell them that you want to play in the NBA, and they laugh at you.
That's factual.
Tell us.
It actually happened at a team retreat, a little camp out session. So we were all around this fire, and I mean, we had s'mores and all type of stuff. It was just like a little, what you do on retreats. You try to get together more as a team, brotherhood, you try to form that. So, I mean, the head coach told us, tell us your biggest dream and aspiration in basketball, what you want to do. Or it can be anything outside of basketball. So we all go around or whatever, and I'm like the 4th or 5th guy to go. And I told a lie. I told something that would be believable. Everybody was like, oh, okay, cool. One coach, Mike Contreras, was sitting there, and somebody else was talking. He stops him. He's like, no, Adonis, tell everybody what you actually want to do. So I'm like looking at him like, bro, why? Like, I don't want to tell anybody. Like, you know what I want to do. Like, why are you doing this? So I like look at everybody, and I'm like, yeah, I want to play in the NBA for a long time. And like stay in the NBA, not just be there. I want to stay there, take care of my mom and my sister. It was nothing but laughter. Like, they thought it was a joke. And I was sitting there really awkward, uncomfortable, didn't want to be there anymore. And Coach Mike was just sitting there nodding his head like this. The only one that believed me was like, yeah. And then, I mean, everybody kept talking, and Coach Mike said something like, y'all going to be mad when he actually does it. Something like that. And I was like, I know I'm going to make it, but it's fine. But
How did you feel after that, after the laughter? And
I didn't like
on that later
I didn't like
evening?
anybody on my team after that.
Yeah.
After that moment, like, people that I hung out with outside of Mason Community College that was laughing, at that point, the respect level for them dropped completely. Like, how you going to laugh at what I want to do as a dream? But you want me to believe yours. That doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, that's good. So contrasting that to that statement right there just gave me chills. Contrasting that to your experience this past year at Tech, it seemed to me, and everybody that's been in your seat at this table has said that it is nothing but love and support for one another. So when you say I'm going to the NBA, everybody says, hell yeah, you're going to the NBA.
They tell me that. Like, they're like, Adonis, you're going to make it to. Bacho is probably the biggest, advocate, is that the word?
Yeah.
Adonis, you're going to the NBA. You're doing this. Bryson Williams, you're doing it. And I'm just like, bro, you don't got to, like, don't do that. It's fine. Don't tell me that. Oh, that's what you need to hear, because it's going to happen. So for them to say that, and they've known me less than a year, and then people that I've known for more than a year and maybe less than a year, same time frame, time difference, why is it different? Why? Is it because we're at a high major D1 and we're all going to go because we're all good enough? Or is it because you actually believe in me and my abilities to play basketball? Which one is it? That's how I live.
Yeah. That's we got some Instagram quotes
That's how I live,
out
man.
of this one.
And that's with everything, though, not just basketball, like podcasts. If this is your dream, you want to be the best to ever do it, I believe that you will be, but you got to believe in yourself first. Facts.
Man, if we didn't have a lot of other questions, this would be a good place to end. But don't worry, Guns Up Nation. This is not the end. Wow. There's some powerful stuff. And towards the end, I got some faith questions for you. Because clearly that's an important part.
Number one.
Of your life, the most important part
100%.
of your life. But we're not going to get there yet. I'm not going to jump ahead. So, NBA process.
Yep.
Where are you at? How's it been? What have you been doing?
It's hard, man. It's really hard. Training by yourself is more like you might as well just do conditioning every single day, all day. It's just really hard, but it's fun, though, especially with Kevin, a guy that I really appreciate, admire. I really like this guy, Kevin. He's a GA here at Texas Tech. So for me and him to train every single day, and I mean, he'll get on me like, Adonis, you're not doing good enough. Like, you're losing the ball, you're fumbling the ball. He wants me to mess up and make mistakes, which is cool. But I'll try to not make mistakes, go as fast as I can, and stare at him like, yeah, I got it done, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's been fun, it's been hard, but it hasn't really started yet, really. The individual training is just with Kevin, but the NBA process of me going and training with these teams and working out for these teams hasn't started yet.
So what's the schedule like for that? You said you're going to Arizona next week. What's going on there? So
when I go to Arizona, I'll be working out with Phil Beckner, the guy that came in, watched this a couple times. I think he works for the 76ers now as their player development guy. So I'm going to be working out with him at the facility and then just starting to get this thing moving, you know what I mean? Working out for teams and stuff like that later in May. So, yeah, that's what I'm just waiting on right now.
I think we have a good idea of what your expectations are because you've named your expectations and you've been laughed at in 100%. Your journey. But at this point, what are your expectations? What do you foresee happening? You're a name it, claim it guy, and everything you've named has happened. So what are you seeing for yourself?
Yeah, I want to get drafted. I want my name called. I want to go shake his hand and see my mom cry and my sister cry and see them, like, I just want to be in that environment where I know they're good. Like, you don't have to worry about me working hard or, like, I don't know, anything crazy when I make it to the NBA. Like, that's my goal. That's what I always wanted to do. And I'm 2 months away. Why would I slow down now? Makes no sense.
I mean, I think Guns Up Nation, Red Raider Nation is going to cry along with you.
Yeah, I wish I had another year, man. No, I'd definitely be rocking that red and black for sure.
Okay, you've already answered one of our future questions, and I'm still gonna ask it. But for real, you mentioned you walk up on stage, you shake the commissioner's hand, your mom and your sister are there, and they're crying, and you probably maybe will too. I don't know.
If I get drafted, I'm crying 100%.
I legitimately think, especially after hearing this, Red Raider Nation is going to cry with you, dude.
Let's cry together.
The love that Lubbock and Texas Tech has for you is real.
I love them back, man.
Do you? And I asked this before the podcast, but do you feel that?
I feel it, 100%. I can go to Circle K without wearing any Texas Tech gear. Let me see the patch. Is that him? Because I'm always wearing a hat. Is that really him? Stuff like that, or taking pictures with kids. If I can make anybody smile and help their day, I'll do it.
I think you've made a lot of Red Raiders year.
I hope so.
Legit. And this is not a wrap up, Guns Up Nation. Don't worry. Hey, we're still on page 1 of our questions.
All right. So the moment the camera came up and it turned on you at the UT game, tip off. Did that just happen? Was that organic?
That was organic. I didn't see the camera. I didn't see him at all. So
you really didn't see the camera?
I swear I did not see him. So
because it looked like a movie. You know, I mean,
he was just
legitimately like a documentary.
Underneath, he got all that. That's video of the year, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, by far. I don't think anybody would question that.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I didn't even see him. Yeah. I didn't even see him. He was a sneaky guy in there.
Yeah.
Adonis.
You were just in the vibe.
Yeah, I was just in the moment, enjoying everything, embracing the fans. Had to get the win. Yeah, it was great.
Look me in the eye.
Yeah.
Look Guns Up Nation in the eye.
Yeah.
You did not see that camera.
I didn't see it. I swear.
That is amazing.
I swear I did not see it. You can look at the camera, like the video, and I never looked down once, like to try to find it, because I don't see it.
Yeah. So that was just a legit, in the moment, like, because you knew it was a big game,
it's
right?
Time to go.
You weren't here last year, so you weren't here for all the chaos, but still you knew this means more than other games.
Seeing the focus on, and Kevin McCullar right now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, he is straight comedy. All he does is make jokes, and he's laughing and having a good time. He's a kid, literally. He's like one of my best friends. He's a kid. But he was focused that whole week going into the Texas game. I've never seen him that focused before. Like, staying after practice shooting. Like, he'll do that every once in a while, injuries or whatever. He's not feeling good, but that whole week he was locked in. Same with Marcus, same with Clarence. TJ was locked in. And it was just like another game to me. I just didn't want to let those guys down.
Yeah.
Type.
Yeah.
Ooh. So, same game, UT game. What's the story, given the UT player, the horns down, when you dribble up?
That's actually a play. It's called horns down.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So that was a play call.
That was a play call. It's actually called horns down. It's a pass for Bryson. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I can really say the play on here, but it was just a play for Bryson to score, basically. Nice. But
I don't.
It made for one of the best photo ops of Texas Tech basketball history.
Did Bryson score?
He did score.
Even better.
Yeah. Mo Bamba and what's the other guy's name? Jackson Hayes were very, very upset when I did that after the game.
Oh, they let you know?
They was like, you don't have to do that. And I was just like, well, there it is.
Sorry,
bro.
It's the play call.
That's just what it is.
All right, outside of the UT game, what other games were the most memorable for you?
Playing against Kansas and beating Kansas at home was everything. I mean, watching those guys playing in March Madness every single year and you're actually playing against them, crazy.
Taking down the Giant. Crazy.
Playing Baylor at Baylor, beating them, like that's the national champions. And you just beat them. That was crazy. I couldn't find air to breathe. It was just straight emotion, everything that you could ever. You can't really explain it either, which is terrible, but all the love that you have for the game, everything that you want, just pours out at once.
Pure adrenaline, pure emotion,
100%,
happiness.
100%. Yeah.
What else? What other games?
I mean, it's really Kansas State. Like, they're a good team. Like, they were a really good team. They almost spoiled our senior night.
Yeah.
Like, they're a really good team. So playing them was fun. They were talking trash, which was cool. But, I mean, playing them was fun. TCU, we lost. But playing that game was crazy. Mike Miles, I think his name was having a crazy game. Eddie Lampkin, I think his name is, having a crazy game. Playing Oklahoma State at their house, we lost. But seeing them on their senior night, trying to win and will their team to win and actually getting it done was crazy.
Well, that was their national championship that night.
100%.
I mean, they couldn't go anywhere after that.
100%. I was so mad I wanted to win, but seeing them with joy and their families, it was cool, I guess. But I mean, I can go down the line. All games were fun, bro. All of them.
Keep going down the line, dude.
I mean, it's not really a game that really, other than Baylor, because of the dunk that sticks out. Or Iowa State, that dunk too was pretty tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Iowa State was really, like, they weren't that good the year before, and then this year they were Sweet 16.
Won, 2 games 2 years ago? Wasn't that right? Less than 5 games.
Something crazy.
They were terrible.
Yeah, and then that's the Big 12.
Yep. And you beat them by 40 points one game.
Yeah. That just goes to show how bad we wanted to win. Like, Oklahoma was a really, really, really good team. They beat us. But we couldn't let them win in the Big 12 championships. We couldn't let them win.
Well, and when we played them here, beat them by, 30?
That was
couldn't let them
like
win.
Yeah, that was the widest margin of defeat all season.
Yeah. Because they beat us at their home, and it was straight Oklahoma from that point on.
Yeah.
Coach Adams was not having it with anybody.
It was a revenge game.
He was upset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't even think Coach Adams said 10 words to us before the pregame. He was like, y'all know what y'all need to go do. Like, go handle it.
He didn't have to hype
He
y'all
didn't
up.
have to, no. He left the same celebration video that Oklahoma had against us on loop in the locker room. The whole day. It was on loop. So, if that's not motivation to go win, I don't know what can help you.
Psychological mastermind.
Yes.
He was pointing at it like, let's go handle business.
Okay, this just popped up in my head. You mentioned earlier the retreat that you went on. Y'all were cooking s'mores. Did you listen to Marcus's podcast yet?
I was listening to a little bit of it, but I didn't listen to the whole thing, no.
So he told us a story about y'all's retreat this past year where you were packing pillowcases and just beating the crap out of each other.
I don't know who came up with that game, but all right, so like each camper, so we had bunk beds, and there was like a gap between each bunk bed. So I think we had a water bottle. Yeah, exactly. We had a water bottle. Everyone staying in a big circle around the water bottle, and whoever it lands on is the one that's running in between the
Just gets the crap beat out of
yeah,
them.
and then we had some dice. So we'll roll the dice, and whatever number it was, that's how many laps or turns they had to go up and down. So I don't know. Somebody had 5. We would just smack them 5 trips down or whatever until they fall in their face or whatever. But yeah, that was fun.
That's team bonding right there is what that is.
Yeah.
What's another story like that from this past year?
I mean, there's a lot of stories.
One that you can share on the record on video.
We had, I think this just happened, Malik Wilson and Marcus. They were throwing eggs at each other's cars. Like, they were egging each other's cars, which is funny. Marcus came into practice one time in his car and it got it on my windshield too. I had nothing to do with it, but the egg got on his car or whatever. He was mad at Malik. Malik was just laughing. Just little stuff like that. But, I mean, there's a lot of stories too, but they get crazy.
Oh, okay. So Malik's coming on soon. We'll ask him to follow up to that. Give us some more, man.
Y'all should just hang out with
Pranks,
us,
maybe?
a prank. Let me see. Clarence likes wrapping towels and smacking people with the end of it. Like, he'll get a wet towel and like ink somebody with it.
Wet towel.
Yeah.
He ups the ante.
Clarence is dangerous.
Like the leave a mark kind of.
Clarence is dangerous. I don't mess with Clarence. I'm cool. Him or Bacho, I'm good.
Yeah.
You don't mess with the Frenchies, huh?
No.
Don't mess with the French guys.
I don't know if they know when to like relax.
It's like a cultural
we're just
difference.
having fun. We're just having fun. Don't get serious. Like, don't get mad. Like, calm down. But yeah.
Man, I need one more story from you, dude.
Man, I don't know.
The Guns Up Nation fans need one more story.
Guns Up Nation. Bryson will sleep anywhere and everywhere. Before practice, he slept on the cold tub bed. Like the thing that shields the water from the actual tub, he would sleep on that before practice.
Okay. What would somebody say about you?
That I laugh too much and that I smile too much. Coach Adams didn't. I don't think Coach Adams liked it all the time.
Really?
Like, why are you always smiling? We're trying to practice. Like, what, Coach? We're having a good time.
I'm happy.
That's the worst thing anybody ever can say about you. Like, did you smile way too much?
Smile too much. Yeah.
You're way too
If
happy.
that's the worst thing people say about you, you're doing pretty good, I think.
I mean, you should be a little more depressed. Okay?
I can't even do it. Laughter, man.
Okay, so that actually is a good segue organically into the next little portion here. So our seats are really close to the student section. And I love being over there. It's just so much more fun over there. You hyped up the student section all year long.
Best student section in the country.
Yes.
Tell us more.
The best students. I mean, they're the best in the country. They need to tell you how to do that because they showed up for every single game.
Absolutely, but you go over there and hype them up, like before inbounds plays, you hype them up.
I appreciate them because they don't have to come to our games, but they want to, and they bring another level of energy that we can't do as a team by ourselves. Like, we need them.
It really does change.
It does
the motivation, and
I think somebody in the Big 12, I don't know who it was, but they say I love going to Texas Tech because their fans always show up.
Well, that was Kansas's Braum, right?
yeah, I think
him?
so.
Yeah, I think so. He said he was asked, "Where's your favorite place to play out of the Fog?" And he said Lubbock because it's crazy.
It would probably be my worst place to play if I wasn't a Texas Tech player because it's so loud.
Yeah.
It's especially for the Texas game. I couldn't hear anything. Coach Adams was saying my ear was in the huddle. Like, I couldn't even look at him because I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that helps with recruiting? Like, when people visit and see that? Like,
If that doesn't help you try to come to the school, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
Like, what? It was like, what, 15,000 a night?
Yeah. On a Tuesday night.
Wild.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So playing at the USA. Tell us more about what's that like for you? What was that like for you?
It was like, I don't know. It's like, when you're having a dream and it's getting too good and then you just wake up. You ever have
Surreal.
that? Like, you're not waking up. That's what that is. Like, you're actually living out your entire happiness dream, like, every single night. It's crazy. I can't put it into words, bro. It's crazy.
It's those things you think about when you're shooting hoops, like in backyard, and
then
having those visions of where you could be someday.
100%, and it actually happens.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, what? That's how I felt when we went to Madison Square Garden. What?
Yeah.
Never in a million years would I guess that I'm playing in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
the
mecca
Mecca,
of baseball. Yeah. Or basketball.
Basketball.
Jeez.
The Mecca, seriously.
Favorite game that you play? You mentioned some games you really, really enjoyed. If you could go relive one game, what game would that be?
If I could go relive one, it would be Duke.
Why?
Because we should have won. It would be Duke, 100%. It would have been Duke. We would have been in the Elite Eight, and then we would have went to the Final Four, and then we would have been national champions.
Yeah.
That simple.
I believe this, and I think I know your answer, but unpack it. If we beat Duke, we win the Natty.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably have to play Kansas again.
We're winning.
Y'all already beat them
I
once and took
wanted
them
to
to
play
double
Kansas.
overtime another time. Yeah.
Yeah. I would want to play Kansas again.
So another game, not because it's like revenge, like we should have won, but another game that you were like, this was fun, this was awesome. Just to literally step back in your own shoes and do it again because it was so awesome. What game would that be?
The Big 12 championship game against Kansas.
Why?
Because 1, it's a championship game. 2, it's Kansas. And 3, I would never thought that I'm playing Kansas for a championship right now. Like, the Jayhawks, I was just playing freaking Longwood and Presbyterian in a D2 school, and I was playing Scottsdale Community College. Now I'm playing Kansas. One of the best teams to ever be assembled as a basketball place. Like, it would be Kansas. Or I'll let Baylor get a rematch.
Yeah. Beat him 3 times?
Yep.
Tell us about your relationship with Coach Adams and the entire coaching staff.
My relationship with Coach Adams is probably one of my best relationships I've ever had with a head coach. I mean, he's just himself. He doesn't care about what you think. I mean, he's just himself. He's a genuine guy, a cool guy. I mean, we all got our faults or whatnot, but he's one of my favorite coaches I ever played for. Coach Perry, I've known him for forever, and I will know him for forever. He's like family. So Coach Williams, I went to him every day for like scriptures and stuff because he's a pastor. So I'll go to him, talk about God and how today can help me, and if I'm having a bad week or a bad day or whatever the case may be, like what verse can I read? Coach Hester, that's at La Tech, the school that he wanted to coach at. That's his dream. I'm happy for him. Mm-hmm. He was one of the coolest coaches on the staff. I mean, he came to me like an old head, like just cool, down to earth dude. He'll let you know what it is, like 100% all the time. And I mean, that's what all the coaches really. Daryl Dora, he's been here. He has the culture of Texas Tech, so he implements that every single day. Coach D-Mac, that's at La Tech with Coach Hester. He was like the enforcer, punishment guy. He was always there for us, telling us what we need to do, how good we are, how bad we are, when to get on the line, when to go eat, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, cool. The whole staff is cool, man. This whole team was cool.
If you had one more year of eligibility, and I want you to be completely honest.
I'm coming back.
Are you hitting the portal?
No, I'm not testing that. For what?
More money? More NIL money?
More money doesn't mean more happiness, though. Like, I'm good where I'm at. Like, if Texas Tech wanted to say, we'll give you, okay, that's fine. Okay. But I'm not going to enter the transfer portal to see what's out there just to come back. That doesn't make sense to me.
Did you see yesterday? So Nigel Pack gets the $800,000 NIL deal, and then their point guard says, "Up my NIL, or I'm hitting the portal." Did you see that yesterday?
From Kansas State?
No. The
Miami?
Yeah, Miami's point. I can't remember his name. He said, and he tweeted out, "Up my NIL deal, or I'm hitting the portal."
That's tough.
What's your perspective on that?
I mean, it's like what I just said. I mean, if he's going after money, then maybe he's not happy at Miami. If he is happy at Miami, and they get a big time guy like that from Kansas State that can shoot the craziness out the ball, and he's still, wondering what's good with NIL, which is good for him. I don't know. Like, what do you want to do? Like, is your mindset on, let me get this team to where it needs to be and get it as great as it needs to be, or let me look out for myself and see what opportunities that I have that can better myself?
We were having this conversation before you got up here, and Marcus and I were talking about this yesterday. Do you think that loyalty to a school exists anymore? And vice versa, too? Because I know that this works both ways.
I think so. I think we just saw it with Coach Adams and TJ. Loyalty. I mean, TJ is loyal to himself and what he wants to do as a person and what he thinks is best for him. And then Coach Adams sees TJ as one of his best players and what he sees best for him in his program. So he doesn't want to see TJ leave, but TJ doesn't see this school being the best thing that can work for him. So he's looking somewhere else. I think that's loyalty. Coach Adams has loyalty to TJ. TJ has loyalty for Texas Tech as a whole, but he also has loyalty to his dream and what he wants to do. So I can see that. I can see that 100%.
Are you surprised that K-Mac went portaling?
Yeah. I am, actually.
Can you unpack that?
I mean, he's the starting point guard. I call him franchise. Like, he is Texas Tech. He's franchise. Like, he's been here the longest out of anybody. He knows the ins and outs, the culture, everything there has to do with Texas Tech. And he was here when Coach Adams was the defensive guru behind Coach Beard. So for him to transfer, it's like, why? I still need to call him and ask him. But I don't know. That shocked me for sure.
Players choosing to leave Tech.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that you were a little surprised that K-Mac decided to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any insight as to why TJ doesn't think that this is the best place for him, or why K-Mac doesn't think this is the best place for him?
I don't have any idea why TJ did what he did, but maybe it's just he felt like it was time. That's the only thing I got on that. And K-Mac, like I said, I got to talk to him. I have no idea, but for me to hear that he's entering the transfer portal, I was like, what? Like, it literally shocked me. I thought he was just going to come back, and then him in a conversation with Coach Adams and the coaching staff, if it didn't go well, then yeah, hit the transfer portal. But he's not here. So for him to hit the transfer portal and he's not here, yeah, it's a shocker.
So you would 100% come back?
100%.
Why?
Because why not? This is like, I'm happy. Like you said, Texas Tech and the community loves me. I love them back. I mean, I don't see a lot of negatives in this. We're playing the Big 12, one of the biggest platforms in college basketball. We play the best teams. People want to play us. I don't know. We lock people up. We win games. We have fans. They actually come to there's too many positives to outweigh the negatives, unless you've been here for a long time and you know something I don't.
Sure. Yeah. And one thing that I think is cool too is even though these guys are moving on, you all still are brothers.
100%.
You're still teammates.
100%.
And they will, like, it would be inaccurate. And Mike, either back me up here or disagree with me. I think it would be inaccurate to say that us as fans and alumni, like, we're not sitting back going, what the heck? Why would you leave? And we're, fans are emotional. And we are a little upset about it. Like, I speak for myself. I'm upset.
Yeah, you're human.
For sure. And, those are our guys, right? Mm-hmm. I do think, and I think I speak for Red Raider Nation in saying that. Like, we're like, what the heck, guys? Come on. We love you. We love you.
Coach Adams said in his inaugural hiring speech, why would anybody want to go anywhere else?
Yeah. Is it money?
It could be. It could be. I mean, I don't know what could change someone else's mind because I'm not them.
Sure.
I don't know what they're thinking at that time. So,
well, I do respect your whole crew, all of you guys, Davion and Marcus and you and all the guys that we've talked to. Mm-hmm. You still, like, y'all are still a unit. Even though they may be going somewhere else, like, you guys still have genuine love and support for one another. I respect the heck out of that. Mm-hmm. It's hard for us as fans, but we didn't go to battle every day like you guys did
100%.
Together.
100%.
So I think we can see both sides of it, but it still hurts, man. Mm-hmm. It still hurts.
Yeah, but I can see it.
To hear that you would 100% come back.
It wouldn't even be a question.
Kirby, Hokut, find a year of eligibility.
If you could convince the NCAA to give me another year of eligibility, I will sign the national letter of intent right here at this table.
Without even thinking about NBA or anything else.
Like that. The NBA ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I feel like we should hug right now.
NBA not going nowhere. I mean, that's my goal. That's what I want to do. My agent told me that he wouldn't want me to come back to college, but that's not his decision either.
Yeah. I got warm and fuzzies, like organic.
I think that's what every fan really wants to hear, though. At the end of the day, is like, and it's not about the fans, but from a fan perspective, It's like, man, that's pure loyalty that 100%. You have that much fun here and you have that much love and feel the love back.
I mean, I'm not gonna like, the whole year wasn't like roses and sunshine. It was times when I was like, bro, come on. But what?
That's any situation, though. It's
that's
never going to be
anything.
perfect.
Yeah. No, I will come back.
All right. We'll hug after the podcast is over.
All right, man. What kind of hours did you put into the gym, going from being unknown out of high school to a huge pickup transfer in the portal?
Crazy. I'm a night owl, so.
Like we saw on Twitter,
Yeah. You are a night owl. You messaged me at 3:30 in the morning the other night. Like, what the heck?
Yeah,
and you were working out at the time?
Yeah, I'm a night owl. I like working out, but like midday, 2, 3 o'clock, or at night, 7:30, 8, 9. Like, those 2 times are prime for me. I am not a guy that's going to get up at 6 in the morning to work out. Like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
If I'm forced to and I have to, then hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if that's something that, you know, I have the free time and, you know, option to either sleep in till 8, 9 o'clock and work out 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, or work out at 6, I'm sleeping.
What kind of mentality does that take?
I mean, I think the mentality of working out is really on you. I know guys like Bryson. He wakes up, he'll be up all night having fun on the game, partying, everything, but he's up at 6 to go work out. Like that's crazy. That's not healthy in my opinion. Like, I don't think
I'm in the same boat, but I can understand where you're coming from.
I don't think that's Bryson, and you see the results you get out of that. I mean, he's first team all consensus, I think, maybe.
Yep.
I mean, he deserves that. Yeah. He deserves that. And that's just waking up at 6 a.m. That's not the trick to get you all those accolades. It's the consistency. It's like I'm getting up at 6 every single day. No matter what I do, I'm getting up at 6. Or I'm working out at 2. I'm working out at 3. Like it's a consistent workload that you do every single day.
Was this a workload that you had prior to Texas Tech, and you've had it since high school, junior high?
Yeah,
I've always been that way.
I've always been this. My mom would tell me that I need to sit down more. Like I need to stay home and relax more because I'm always at the gym.
She felt like you were almost too dedicated.
Just always. Like she was always afraid of me getting hurt or somebody like messing with me or whatever. Mom being a mom, just trying to protect me. You know what I mean? But I knew that I needed to get to the gym. I got to work.
Yeah,
got to.
You know, it was well known. It's kind of part of that same question, but it was well known you were always back in the lab. You know, as you put on Twitter, last one out of the gym. Why is that?
Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time.
Let's go.
So, I mean, Mamba mentality is anything that you want to make it. I mean, it's just the determining thing that I'm gonna do this. The job's not done. Like this is what I need to do. And I mean, I got him tatted on my arm. Kobe Bryant, 824. So for him, like, for me to follow him, that's what I have to do.
Yeah, he inspired you to be that way.
100%. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Man, so many connections here, but Adonis, this is a very, very, very vital question, okay? All right.
Organically.
So we'll see. This could negate the hug later. All right.
It's all love, man.
So you mentioned the Mamba, who I have as, in my opinion, the second greatest basketball player of all time.
You got MJ first?
So the question is, MJ or LeBron?
MJ or LeBron?
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's tough.
How is that tough?
You don't know one way or the other yet?
No, I mean, that's tough because I didn't grow up watching MJ. Like, I just see highlights and the best of his game logs. Like, I don't see MJ airballing shots. Like, I don't see that. Because he didn't. I don't believe that. I don't see videos of MJ, like, not getting back on defense. So he played. He played every single possession 100% every single time. I don't believe that. Like, you can be Michael Jordan. You can be the greatest icon of basketball ever.
No. Not the greatest icon of basketball ever. The greatest player of basketball.
We got to give him some full game tape so we can see the proof.
No, facts. Like, I need to see at least 5 games of him up and down.
We can provide that.
You only need to see 5 games.
At least.
You only need to see 5 games?
I mean, the bad boys made the Jordan rules. So
exactly.
So in that whole time, him getting beat up and all that, he got back on defense every single time. I don't believe that.
I mean, as they were stepping on his throat, literally, I'm sure he probably wasn't up running back. Okay. All right. You need 5 games.
Organically, I'm calling that cap. Cap. MJ is
the hug.
Yeah, that's cap.
All right, we're moving on. I'll still hug you. All right, we're asking all your teammates these questions. Who's the funniest person on this year's team?
Funniest person? Oh my gosh. When Sadar Calhoun was here.
That's what everybody's saying. That's what everybody is saying.
Sadar is the funniest person.
He must be hilarious.
No.
So why? Okay, off script. Why couldn't we keep him around for Red Raider Nation to get to learn this about him?
I don't know. Everybody has their own, perspectives and things that they want to do. For him, maybe it was just that time that I just need to leave. maybe it wasn't the right fit for me to be here. Just the same thing as me being at Winthrop. It wasn't the right fit, but I'm not the type to leave something just because it's not going well at that time. So,
man, if he's that funny,
he fit in well with the team.
He fit in well with us for sure, but I don't think as like the system helped him.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's funny that every single person who has sat in that seat has said Sadar.
No, we love Sadar.
Everybody.
I wish Sadar was still here.
Well, I do too now.
I wish
to know him.
I wish he was on the team when we were playing like Duke and all them, because if Sadar gets hot, he's not missing. So like, if we're lacking 3-point shooting and he comes in and he hits 5 or 6, keep him in the game.
He can be that guy.
But keep him in the game. I would. I'm not taking him out. But
that's interesting.
He should have stayed.
That's insightful.
No one knows.
All right, a funny story from this past year that you haven't mentioned already.
Funny story. Funny story. One day I was playing Fortnite and I heard like some rumbling or whatever, and it was Marcus. So I look outside my door and he's like running in and he falls face first on the floor and hits the table. And I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, he's like, bro, they're chasing me outside. They're chasing me. I'm like, who's chasing you? Like, the guys are chasing him. I'm like, well, why? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, okay. What? But yeah, like, what are you doing?
I mean, who's gonna take Marcus down?
All right.
Marcus took himself down.
The guy going into the NFL.
Like, he was running so fast, he tripped and fell, and I was like, bro, let me help you.
Okay, who all did you live with?
I lived with Marcus. I lived with Bryson, Davion, KJ. Yep, that's 5.
Okay. Man, we need to get KJ on here. Tell us about KJ.
Gamer.
I mean, he's got ups.
Oh, he has bounce for sure. He's acrobatic in the air too. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen The Last Chance U, but we need to get him at this table too.
Those dunks are real.
You think he'll stick around?
It's like there's some power behind him.
No, those dunks are real.
You think he'll get more minutes next year?
I hope so. That's up to him though.
That is an elite level mind right there. All right. Here is your Twitter beef moment.
Talk to me nice.
I am teeing this up for you.
Heard you.
Okay. Smack it out of the park.
Boom.
Most annoying on the team and why?
Kevin O'Banner. What? Kevin O'Banner.
And it's not close?
No, it's not close. It's not close. He's annoying. But he's funny though. He's cool. But he's annoying. Like,
Kevin, come defend yourself at this table.
Kevin O'Banner is annoying.
Why is KO annoying?
He's just like a pest. He's like a little brother that always wants to go somewhere with you, but like you don't want him to, but he follows you anyway. That's who he is.
But he gets a kick out of this.
But he
right?
gets and it ends up being funny, which is the worst part.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
Like, you want to be mad, but you can't.
Yeah, you can't because it's KO.
Can you tell us a story?
I mean, if he walked in right now, I would just be like, "Why are you here?" It's just like it's just him. I mean,
we missed an opportunity there.
Let's see. I was doing an interview for our game when we played Notre Dame, and he walked in the camera and said, "Yeah, that's my guy right there. That's him." And I was just like, "Can you keep walking? Like everybody else is walking, and
this
you
is my moment here.
Like this is like leave me alone. Like let me enjoy this." But yeah, it's Kevin O'Banner, man. I love that kid though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All love.
So that's 2 out of 3 for Kevin.
Yep.
Davion said Marcus.
Yep.
They had beef though.
Playful beef or some real beef sometimes?
No, playful. Yeah. They were just if Davion said something, Marcus has to say something. Marcus says something, Davion's coming back at him. They're just always going back and forth with each other. Yeah. Just like, oh my God.
Were they in the same house? I forget who you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they live in the same house.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Kind of like brothers.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
They're hilarious, bro.
Okay, hardest practice this year and what made it so hard?
Hardest practice this year was definitely the time when I think we lost the game and coach had us come in. I think it was a Saturday maybe. And it was the mood was super chill, so I was really confused. We didn't go to I don't think we went to the film room first. I think we went straight to the gym, so it was automatically weird. And we went on the baseline, so I was
like, you kind of saw what was coming.
I didn't see anything because he came out super cool, chill, calm, collected. He wasn't mad. Arms wasn't folded. He had his drink, whatever, in his hand, and he was just walking around, chilling. And then he said, "Play the video." And I was like, "What's happening?"
In the gym.
Yeah, all of our shoes was on, so we were getting ready for practice, but when we played the video, it was like a circle around some guy. I don't know what it was. And he said baseline. We're already standing there. And he said, all right, you got 30 seconds. So we had I think we had an up and back. Maybe it was like 15 seconds or something. We had an up and back. So then he showed the title, and he said, okay, so we had 5 things that we had to do. It was touches, like hand claps with each other, talking, like communication, non-box outs, bad shots, and turnovers. Those are the 5, I think. So he showed all 5 of those, and we ran for all of them, all the circles. So if it was 2 circles, we had 2 up and backs, 1 circle, 1 up and back, but we did that for about 2 hours.
2 hours?
For about, maybe, hour 45, 2 hours.
Psychological.
That was pretty bad. I was tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin Tipperman.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He was so tired. One of the coaches thought he came to practice drunk. He was like leaning over. His face was all red like this. He was just like, bro, I can't do this. I think it's almost over.
Like I walked on for this?
Yeah.
Oh man,
that was terrible.
Was that the same practice that who was talking about this? I'm getting guys confused here. I think Marcus was talking about this. Maybe.
No, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, your legs are just jello.
Yeah,
done.
It was pretty bad.
You're telling me you did up backs for 2 straight hours?
It was something like that.
That's rough.
It was some maybe 2 hours is far fetched, but it was a long time.
It felt like
20 minutes.
It was
a long
me, time.
20 minutes of up backs, and I'm dead.
Yeah. For the rest of the year, he had the ball rack on the side of the practice facility where if you turn it over, you lose a ball. If the whole rack is empty, you run for the remainder of practice. We didn't do much of those, but.
Do you think, let's dive into the head of your former head basketball coach. Is that strategic? Because your defense is so, everybody's moving. Mm-hmm. You were moving the entire time, which has got to be absolutely exhausting.
100%.
You're moving, you're switching, you're helping. Mm-hmm. Nobody rests when you're on defense. Do you think maybe a day like that is, I'm doing this, 1 for punishment, 2 for conditioning, so that the defense, you can go up and back 3 trips, play that kind of defense for 30 seconds and still be fresh enough to get a quick basket on the other side?
Maybe. I think so. But I don't know what's going on, Coach Adams said. He's the defensive guru. That's what I heard before I even got here. So whatever method he thinks is best for us to get better on defense, I think he used it all year. Whether that's, 5-on-5, up and down, 4-on-5, whatever. I just think whatever he thinks is the best to shape his team to be, what were we, number 1 or number 2 this year in defense?
In Ken Palm, I think we finished number 1.
Number 1, yeah, for a while.
To be number 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you do it all over again?
Yeah.
Maybe not the 2-hour up backs, but.
If it equals wins, then I'll do it.
Okay, so time Coach Adams surprised you?
I think we were playing. I think it was in the Big 12 championships. He told this story. I forgot what it was about, but it had me moved like so good that I wanted to cry before a game. And I don't cry before a game. I don't cry in general, but the story that he didn't want us to lose, and like the fire that he had, and like the determination. I think it was actually against Texas, at Texas. I think it was just like, I don't want y'all to lose, and like it was crazy. Just the pure like emotion he had. It shocked me. I was like, what is going on? Because he's usually like this all day, looking mad at the world. But, yeah, that's it.
So that was real.
It was real.
Your absolute favorite moment from this past year?
Absolute favorite moment of this year? It may have been senior night when I was walking on the court with my mom and sister. Like seeing them, like watching the video and seeing my mom throw up the guns, and then my sister waving, seeing them both smile. Maybe that. Because that's all I want to do is see my mom and sister smile. So anything I do on the court, I already know I can do. It just happens. Yeah. But to see them smile, I'll probably say that's my favorite part.
A hard moment for you personally this last year?
Hard moment. It was actually, I think it was when we played Tennessee at Madison Square Garden. I don't think I scored that game. I think I walked out with a donut. I thought I sucked. Thought I was terrible.
That Tennessee game was just ugly.
Yeah.
That was just ugly all the way around.
100%,
I mean,
100%.
I think both teams, that was a scrappy win, though.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Mm-hmm. But personally, that was rough for you.
That one, I'll say that one, and when we played Kansas at Kansas, that was rough too, because I didn't play that much. I was going through something, I don't know. But those two, probably my roughest times.
Could I ask you to unpack that a little more?
I mean, yeah, we went into a double overtime game against Kansas, and I played 11 minutes out of 50. I was confused on why. Never got an answer, but just kept working. 3 a.m.
Yeah. Man, that ties together so well, though, right? Like 11 minutes out of 50, mm-hmm. You're frustrated, mm-hmm. which I feel like
angry
is deserved.
Yeah.
And instead of throwing the towel in, you went back to the lab.
Double down.
Go to work. Yeah. There's something obviously that I'm not doing right, so I got to get back in the gym. Got to shoot.
So we got one more section left if we got time.
That's crazy.
And there's a few more of these questions that have come in.
Are there?
You want me to go through those?
I mean, how are you on time?
I'm good.
Adonis.
Yeah.
We tweeted out that we were meeting with you and asked Guns Up Nation what are some questions you want us to ask him.
Okay.
First question. Will you come back to Lubbock?
Yeah.
How often?
As much as I can.
You going to come watch games as a fan?
I will be here, depending on my schedule and like me making it to the NBA, praise. But me making it to the NBA and all that, I will be here for the Texas game.
Boom.
Alan asks, when your NBA and professional days are behind you, what would you do?
I want to make sure kids know that they can do what they want to do, and like you don't have to take no for an answer, or there's not a closed door that you can't get through for you to get to where you want to go. So for me to give kids that type of confidence and that type of belief that I can do this, that's what I want to do.
Would that be coaching?
It can be anything. Coaching, talking to them, training them. It can be really anything. Just to give them that self-belief, that confidence that you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is quote. What the hell does Adam say at halftime? I need to hear it when I'm struggling.
What the hell is he? What does he say at halftime? I mean, he looks at the sheet, he looks at you, and then, I mean, whatever he sees, he'll press you about it. Like, he's super honest about everything. I mean, if he doesn't think you're playing well, he's gonna tell you. If he doesn't think you're boxing out well, he's gonna tell you. If you're not getting back and you're a guy that's supposed to get back, he's gonna tell you. If you're not making shots and you're always in the gym, we're always shooting, you need to make your shots. Like, he's not gonna sugarcoat anything because he wants to be great. I mean,
are there big motivating speeches sometimes?
Yeah,
they're real epic and
100%. I mean, like the one I told you when it moved me really before a game. Like, I wasn't expecting him to do that, but like it got me differently than somebody else. So Coach Adams is a guy he loves you, like, for real. Like, it's like a genuine, like, I want the best for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might not see it because of what you want to do, like TJ, but he wants the best for you, and you should want the best for yourself.
I think we got a peek into that on Twitter before the Notre Dame game when he said something along the lines of, you know, I don't want this to be the last time I see you guys.
Yeah, and he slapped Marcus's leg.
Yeah.
Times
that
like
was
that.
one that gave us all chills. And
Yeah, 100%. I 100%. I agree with that. I was in the back. I was just so in the game and just mad. I wasn't even listening to Coach Adams at that time. But when I saw the video, I was like, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it was.
Let's just go back and forth.
Okay. Alice asks, does he love us as much as we love him?
I do.
Fans.
I do. I love you even more, actually.
There you go.
He's up in the game. Yeah. Loves you even more.
Man, I love Texas Tech, man, the fans. I love it. It's dope.
Favorite spot in Lubbock to hang out?
I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but my room. I love my room. I love playing Fortnite. I love my Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
I love being, with my people.
Fortnite, huh? Mm-hmm. How do you feel about no build mode?
It's terrible.
Did you ever play PUBG?
Bryson loves PUBG.
Okay, Bryson, dude. Bryson. Man, I get those chicken dinners, okay? So you want to play some PUBG, I'll get some chicken dinners, and then you got to come on the dang podcast.
And our manager, Bo, he plays PUBG. Okay. He's pretty good.
We need to see if his pretty good measures up with my pretty good.
All right.
All right. Robert asks, favorite place to go in Lubbock to have fun?
Favorite place to go.
And I'll add to that, and to eat.
And to eat. I'm a seafood guy. I love seafood. So I'll say, was it Hot and Juicy for the seafood? And favorite place to go, probably main event. I mean, you got what? Was it golf, mini golf, bowling, laser tag. They got the Mario Kart game in there. I'm super good at Mario, so
okay,
I love that game.
So you're a Switch guy, so that makes sense.
Drifting and all type of that, yeah, all that.
Oh yeah, drifting in Mario Kart. Who's your character?
Me.
Okay, so you create your own. If you couldn't be you, who would you be?
Probably Mario, or Golden Mario.
Just because it's the standard.
I don't think it's a standard. Mario got the most drip on there, so
okay.
Like he on the cover. I mean, like he got his own little series. He got the most drip.
He's the man.
Mario, facts. Luigi wants drip, but he's just not good enough.
He's like the sidekick.
Yeah, he's a sidekick.
Can't get there.
Yeah.
What about Yoshi though?
No, I don't. Who uses Yoshi? I don't ever use Yoshi. What is Yoshi?
Nobody knows. Dinosaur, maybe.
He's a dinosaur. Yeah, he's a dinosaur with a long tongue.
Yeah, he's extinct. I'm good.
Okay. My last question on here is a serious question, so I don't know if you got some fun ones that to hop on first.
Yeah. Let's see. Will you ever come back to the Lubbock for any future games?
We answered that one
Texas
already.
Tech. Yeah, I guess we did.
We answered that one.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
I'll definitely be here. For sure.
And that's a couple of other same questions here. Yeah. They're all kind of stuff that's already been answered. Do you plan to have basketball camps in Lubbock in the future like some of the other past players?
That's crazy. I was actually talking to somebody about that the other day. I might. That's a maybe still.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know yet. Yeah. I just found out I have a workout with the Jazz, Utah Jazz.
Let's go.
All right.
Next Friday.
Let's go.
There's that.
So can we break this on Guns Up Nation?
Can we make it happen?
You can if you want. I just found out just now.
We can just say.
I will try to edit this.
Okay, and put it in a different spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so are you giving Guns Up Nation permission to break this? Because we're not going to be like some of these other people that.
We'll confirm on Monday.
Okay.
Okay, so you let me know.
So we can do it and then come back when it's timely.
But it's looking good.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
That's awesome.
So that is a perfect lead into this next question.
Organically.
So one Guns Up Nation fan wants to hear more about your faith.
Okay. What do you want to hear about it? Like, just anything? I mean, God is my Lord and Savior. He's everything to me. I mean, there's no word I can tell you or phrase that you haven't said yourself or already know. I mean, God is everything. I mean, He's your breath of fresh air. He's everything and everything and every. I mean, I don't know what I can tell you. I mean, God is my Lord and Savior. Everything I believe goes through Him. I mean, I don't go a day without reading my scripture, like a Bible verse. Like, I don't do anything without giving Him the glory first, if that makes sense. I mean, everything that I've done is because of Him. There's nothing that I've done by myself that He hasn't created or given me the opportunity to do. So, I mean, God is forever, will be forever. Yeah, that's it.
I think that's beautifully said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Last question.
Man, I have nothing. I'm going to get Chipotle after this. So,
all right. What's your Chipotle order?
And y'all
this is not
cameras.
the last question. What's the Chipotle order?
I get triple. Hey, actually, TJ put me on. So TJ Shannon, this goes out to you. I get a bowl and I get triple brown sugar or brown rice, not brown sugar. Brown rice.
Holy cow!
Brown rice.
This is secret ingredients here.
Well, you can do that when you're your age, not our age.
Brown rice. I get triple chicken, lettuce, sour cream cheese, the medium sauce, and then I get the cup full of lemon over the top.
You don't add guac?
No.
Why?
I am not a guac person.
Not a guac guy?
No.
What about a queso guy?
It depends. I can't put queso on that because like it just doesn't fit well with me. Queso needs to go on a side in a cup.
Agreed.
Where you dip it with a chip.
Okay, so are you ordering some queso and chips tonight?
Not queso. Maybe just because I use the chips. I get chips on the side, and I use that as like chips from my bowl.
So you're not a fork guy?
No.
With your Chipotle?
No.
Same way here. Smart guy.
Got to.
This is this is the insightful things, Guns Up Nation, that I know you want to know.
Why use a fork when you can use another piece of food
Right.
as a device to pick up your food?
It makes sense.
And
I've just never
delicious.
thought about doing that at Chipotle. I mean, those lime chips, as long as it's not too, sometimes those lime chips are too much.
I need it though.
You need it?
I need it.
Okay.
Like if I don't get the ultimate lime piece on my chip, I'm kind of, why? What happened with this one?
I respect that.
What's going on here?
Yeah. You don't want the misfit non-lime chip.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Okay, but can I go back here? Like let's. You like seafood?
I love seafood.
I do too, but it's Lubbock. Like if there's anything negative to say about Lubbock, Texas, and I'm born and raised here.
Yeah,
lived here my whole life. All right. Yeah, graduated from Tech, Coronado, Irons, Nat Williams, and Preston Smith for you Lubbock people. Seafood in Lubbock is not good.
No,
It's not bad. It's
not
just
terrible.
not going to be the freshest because of our location. But
So where did you say again?
hot and juicy.
I've never had hot and juicy.
Cajun.
Tap in.
Where is it?
I don't know. I don't know the actual street. Gotta look it up.
Should we get a potential partnership with Hot and Juicy?
They're good.
Is it good enough to get a partnership you'd recommend?
I would.
Okay.
They should have partnered with me all year. I would have been in there.
Oh,
We should have helped make that happen.
Adonis, I tried to partner with you. You remember this, right? You remember
Man,
this.
During the season, I'm just locked in.
I know.
Sure.
I know.
100% locked in.
I know. But I hit you up on the gram.
I know.
You denied me.
Marcus said, do it, bro. Do it. And I said, all right, relax.
Denied me.
Because I saw him saying like his beef. And I was like, bro, I want to do that. That was funny.
It's okay, but here we are today.
Here we are.
Here we are today. I'm glad to be here.
In his time.
In his time.
Yes.
Organically.
Organically.
Red Raider for life. Yes or no?
Organic. Yeah.
What does that even mean to you?
Red Raider for life.
Yeah.
I'm always a part of Texas Tech. I think I'm going to get Texas Tech tatted on my arm, honestly. Like the double T. I'm trying to figure out a spot to put it.
I don't know that any players have done that I know of. I'm sure somebody has out there.
I've only been here for a year, so imagine if I was here for 2 to 3 or 4.
Yeah.
That'd have been crazy.
Didn't Andre Emmett have a Tech tattoo?
Maybe. Yeah.
I may be making that up.
Yeah.
Do you know your Tech history?
No, not really.
Okay. I was going to ask you some former Tech player questions. I mean, you know Coach Dora.
Mm-hmm.
He was a player when I was in school.
The Jayhawk killer or something?
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
beloved.
man.
Yeah.
Good grief. I mean, so was Bryson too, right? But Darryl was just on another level
Really?
against Kansas. So Red Raider for life really means something to you.
100%.
Through and through, red and black.
When I saw Patrick Mahomes in the first row of our game, I was like, bro, what? He actually came back? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick Mahomes is probably one of the top 5 best quarterbacks in the league, right? That's not far-fetched. Probably top 3.
5.
I mean,
keep
if
going,
you ask
keep
any
going,
Tech fan,
keep
we're
going.
going to say number 1.
I'm not gonna go that far though.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm a Packer fan, so I'm not gonna. Yep. Yep.
Oh, but you grew up in Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah,
So that makes sense.
It's understandable.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, man, dude, this has been fun.
Appreciate it.
Adonis.
Appreciate it.
Last word is yours, man. What do you want to say to Red Raider Nation?
First, I just want to give all thanks to God first, appreciate y'all for letting me on here. And to Red Raider Nation, I'll be back. I won't be going that long. I got to go chase my dreams, but I'll be back. Love y'all. Appreciate everything. But 2-5 will be back in the stadium soon.
Adonis, I speak for all of Red Raider Nation when I say we love you
Appreciate
back.
it.
And
Appreciate it.
And we can have a debate over who loves who more.
Yeah,
We'll let Twitter do that when we post that clip.
go for it.
But what you did in 1 year, I mean, you and your entire team, you all came in and took Lubbock by storm. You took Red Raider Nation by storm. And we say this to all of the guys that come to the table on this team. Mm-hmm. You all are special.
Appreciate it.
We've got the championship team in 2019, and before them, the Elite 18. Mm-hmm. And we've got some Sweet 16 runs spread out in there too.
Yeah.
But you guys there's something different about the collective of all of you. Mm-hmm. You chose Tech after everybody said Tech is done.
Yep.
You chose to come here. Mm-hmm. And you obviously have enough love that you would come back.
100%.
If you could.
100%.
Man, you all will forever stand out in the history of Texas Tech men's basketball. Mm-hmm. And it may be too soon for you to even comprehend this, but your team, your crew will forever stand out as one of the most, and maybe I'm being prisoner of the moment here, maybe the most important team. Like, it's debatable between the 2019 national championship team, obviously, and you guys, but it's just different with you all.
Well, with the transition that happened, and the unknowing of where does this go from here. Mm-hmm. We went from national championship to complete reset, new coach. There was a lot of unknown expectations.
100%.
So
that's why I think we said 100%. Like, we overachieved.
Yep.
But I get Marcus too. I get it. But I think from what you just said, we overachieved because all of those missing factors.
Everybody, ESPN, Jeff Goodman, CBS, everybody.
I was getting so many screenshots and DMs from people like, Texas isn't good. You're not going to be good. Why'd you go there?
Saved motivation.
Right.
Saved motivation.
100%. It's like, okay, I'm going to let you keep that right there. But now it's the same people. Bro, you're so good.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Absolutely. And that's fans. And that's part of it. And we talked about that with Marcus a little bit.
It is what it is. Yeah.
But Texas Tech Red Raider Nation loves you, loves your entire crew.
Appreciate
you all will forever be remembered. You should never, ever have to buy a beer here, ever again.
Or Chipotle.
I'll take apple
Chipotle.
Juice.
Yes. You'll take some apple juice.
I'll take apple juice.
Okay. That's fair, man. I appreciate that. Adonis, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate you.
I know that we're excited to watch your journey into the NBA and see, like, you just, your ceiling just keeps rising.
Gotta keep going.
And that's because you're putting in the work, you're putting in the effort, you're doing the thing. The personality is infectious. This has been a fun conversation.
Appreciate it.
We cannot wait to see what's next for you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. This has been the Guns Up Nation podcast. See you on the next one.
Boom.